Hey guys, how are you? It's your girl Meeks, and let's just start by saying today has not been my day. It has not. And one of the main reasons is the podcast that I already shot was sabotaged, and I'm not sure what happened. So we're reshooting right now. And I just woke up very antsy and ugly and mean. And I took it out on everyone around me because they also added to the fact that they didn't do the things they need. And who are those people? The kids. So I say all this to say anger does nothing, it gets you nowhere. And sometimes you need to check in with yourself and just make sure that you're good and how to move forward with whatever is going on. So now this is my fourth time restarting because someone important to me ended up calling while I was shooting. So it messed up the whole podcast. But what I've learned from that was put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Yep, that is it. I'm telling y'all. But with all that being said, let's get into episode 5, y'all. Because it's going to be even better. That's why I had to reshoot it so many times, because this is going to be amazing. It's going to be shot beautifully, and y'all are going to love this episode. So everything happens for a reason, and we're just going to hop right into episode 5. I can't even believe that we're at episode 5. That is so fantastic. Like, we've got through 5 podcasts, guys. Like, this is a milestone. Woo! Yay! Let's go. Round of applause, round of applause. So, as we continue, episode 5, guys, it is going to be so awesome because this episode is more in depth about self-love, self-care, right? And we're going into self-love. This episode is called The Forever Journey of Self-Love. Let's get it going. So what's up, Stereotypers? How y'all doing? Single moms, what's up? What is going on? Today's episode, we're peeling back the layers. There's no more surface level. We will not be doing any of that anymore. We're going to go super deep. And if you haven't gotten this far in your journey, it's perfectly fine, okay? And understand, the only way to get through anything is to run through that bitch, right? No matter what it takes. And this, right now, what I've told y'all thus far, is me running through that bitch. So with that being said, there are some rules to this so that you can stay true to this, baby. You see what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, Jay. Sign me, son. Like, you feel me? All right, so here are the rules. 1, let's be aware first. 2, let's recognize the hurt and the pain. 3, let's acknowledge that this is an emotional journey. 4, let's appreciate the process of the healing journey. And 5, and most importantly, let's know that self-love is a forever journey. Welcome to episode 5, y'all. Self-love, what is that? How does one describe and define self-love? There's so many levels to self-love, but what you can gain from each level is even better. Self-love is not linear. You will hit highs and also lows. Some days you will feel fantastic, loving love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then other days you'll feel low, like it will eat you up. But baby, as soon as you become one with the steps, the process of finding your true self, you can beat out anything like we doing right now. You hear me? So today's topics that we're going to be going through is be mindful. We're going to harp so hard on being mindful. Living intentionally, setting boundaries, protecting yourself, intrapersonal intelligence, and forgiveness. But trust me when I tell you, we will have a whole different episode about forgiveness, but we're going to touch on it. We're going to just touch on it. But let's get started. Be mindful, meaning a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, body sensations, and surroundings of the environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. Here's an example. The next time you eat your favorite food, I want you to taste it for real. I want you to smell it. I want you to truly enjoy the things that you like. Live in the moment. Try to intentionally bring an open and accepting and discerning attention to everything you do. Find the joys in simple pleasures. Here's some tips. Pay attention to your breath. You know I'm so big on it. So right now, like always, let's just take a second to breathe. Now, as you're breathing, do a body scan. What comes up? How do you feel? What do you feel? What's coming up for you right now? Practice some kindness. Take mindful walks. I literally did all of that today. Now, for single moms, what I want you to do is be a single tasker. Do one thing at a time so that you can really get through whatever it is that you need to get through. I love calling myself a multitasker, and I can do a gazillion things at once, but taking my time to do one thing is so much better. Stereotypers, I want you to be mindful, okay? Slow down so that you can speed up, whether it's at work or in your day-to-day life. Make stress your friend. Accept what you cannot change. Let me be completely honest with you guys. Right now, my mic just went out. My main mic went out, but I knew that something was wrong. So I started a different mic, and there's nothing I can do with this first mic going out. That's just what it is. That's where I'm at with it. And guess what? I'm going to go to work today, do DoorDash, and buy a new mic because I cannot let that stop me from being successful or getting my message out to you guys. I can't. So I prepared myself for what I couldn't change. You got to accept what's going on. You have to have a growth mindset. We're literally living it right now as we speak. Believing that you have the ability and successes that can be improved by continued resilience, effort, and learning. I'm learning how to podcast, and I'm going to continue no matter what. Be consciously present, guys. Be self-invested. Cultivate humility. Humility has gotten me so far in life. Humility has you walking around with a silent confidence. Because when you're humble, people around you notice that, and they treat you a certain way. When you're humble and you're not going forth with ego and pride, you move differently. So remember that. Now let's get into that growth mindset, because I'm telling you, we're going to talk about growth mindset because I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have a growth mindset. The opposite is fixed, and I don't want that. I don't want to stay the same. So take action on a growth mindset. This will make you enjoy challenges such as motherhood and stereotypers, work life or just life in general. Or even if you're in school, I'm not sure where you are in your journey, but see all of these things as opportunities, y'all, and grow rather than avoid. Use the system above. Why? Because when your mind starts leaning towards a fixed mindset, you already know that's not who you are. We are growing. Over time, that growth will lead you to greater success and personal mastery. Be self-motivated. Self-motivation is to do or achieve something because of your own enthusiasm or interest without needing pressures from other people. It's an internal drive that leads you, single mom, to take action towards the goals of motherhood and life. And don't let it bother you when people call you an independent woman or try to say it in a negative, condescending way, because it's not a bad thing. And here's something that they don't understand. They jelly. That's one. And two, they don't know your struggle. Three, you are all your kids have. That's it. It's you. Remember, it's your desires and your ambitions that has to get done. So don't worry about what they got going on. You're an independent woman and you're making it happen. But of course, be open to help. But no, self-motivation is how mothering as a single mom is going to help you through. Single moms and stereotypers, I want you to become gratitude. Be grateful for the breath in your lungs, waking up, having the ability to see, hear, speak. Be grateful that you are getting to do this thing called life. I was watching a reel the other day and this guy was like, it's truly a miracle that we out here walking and talking and we here. Because a lot of us didn't make it. Think about the sperm and the eggs. There's so many of those. And we made it through. So really pay attention to that. Like for real. And this is why living intentionally is so important. I want y'all to notice that you have a choice. You can accept those fixed mindset thoughts or question them. Take a moment to practice mindful pausing. There's a little exercise that you cool people can do. Yes, I love exercises with you guys. All right? But I'm telling you, it really helps. This shit is crazy how dope it is. What we're going to do is we're going to pause and breathe. I was so overwhelmed with the day, and I had to pause, stop, and really think about it just to reground myself and then move forward. And here we are. Look at us going. So let's try it. We're going to pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. What's going on? How are we feeling? What do we need? You can get through this. This is only a moment. Pause. Breathe. Everything is going to be okay. Now let's get back to it. Mindfulness is about giving attention to the present moment and not judging your innate talent or intelligence, but being open to new possibilities. Be self-confident. Self-confidence is a feeling of trusting one's ability, qualities, and judgment. Self-confidence doesn't seek approval from others. Single mom, we don't need approval from nobody. Hold your head up, sis, and walk with that head held high. You hear me, queen? A self-confident person recognizes when they've made a mistake. Single moms, we have made some mistakes, and that it's okay. Now we're going to move forward and we're going to do our very best. And every day, your very best is going to vary. Sometimes your mind says, what if I can't do this single mom thing? What if I can't shoot a podcast? What if I don't have the skills? Ask yourself two things. You hear me? How did I make it this far? And can I be absolutely certain that I don't have what it takes? In truth, I can only, and you can only try. And if you don't have what it takes, there's so many resources and guides that can help you through anything that goes on. The highest level of self-confidence is your ability to learn. I want y'all to do a self-confidence affirmation. And it's real simple. I know y'all be sick of me, but it's real simple. I am worthy. I am intelligent and kind. I am not going to let little mistakes get to me. Be self-concept. Self-concept is the image we have of ourselves. Right now, how do you view you? It is influenced by many forces, including the interactions with important people in our lives and how we perceive our behaviors, abilities, and unique characteristics. Say this with me. I am who I say I am. And next week, we're going to dive deeper into I am in episode 6 with I am worthy. But I digress. Self-concept is a belief such as I'm a good friend or I'm a kind person. Those are all a part of self-concept, right? But the one that I want us to focus on, single moms, is I am a good mom. Stereotypers, I need your help. Tell them for me. And once we get here, I believe setting boundaries in self-worth and self-respect is so important. Self-worth is an internal sense of being good enough and worthy of love and belonging from others. Self-worth is often, listen to this part, confused with self-esteem, which relies on an external factor such as success and achievements to define worth. And it can definitely be inconsistent and leading someone to struggle with feeling worthy. So are you struggling with feeling worthy because you're not where you want to be, like financially? Make sure you pay attention to those things, okay? And have you been here before? No matter what, we're going to clear all that up today. A person with a high sense of self-worth takes responsibilities for their actions and their mistakes, but does not degrade themselves for making them. Let's address this. When it comes to single moms, we can look at the choices that led us to being a single mom. And I don't care how you got here. I really don't. It doesn't matter. It really don't. You can also find yourself upset about mistakes when it comes to your children for the next 18 years, or how you're being a failure to them, or why you can't keep a man, or that they're not performing at the highest levels. Don't worry about that. We here and we gonna work on making it better. Do not take it out on yourselves. But guess what? Stereotypers, help me out. We are no longer going to live our life like that. Tell them again for me, please. We can't live in the past. It does nothing for us, literally. And the main reason I want help from the stereotypers is because it took a whole ass stranger. Yes, I said a whole ass stranger, not a half a stranger. A whole ass stranger to be genuine with me. Look me in my eye. And it was a therapist, but she was still a stranger. To tell me it's not your fault. This is spilled milk and we're going to move forward. Now let's clean up and get back on track. So yes, single mom, we've made mistakes and now we're here to show up and correct them, period. Don't let them, and you know who I'm talking about, tell you otherwise. Because baby, we are practicing worth and self-love. And we are worthy of love. Our kids are worthy of a proper education and anything they desire and want. And we're going to make that happen. Ain't that right, sis? We're going to make it happen. You hear me? Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Yes. Be self-respect. A proper respect for oneself as a human being. Did y'all hear my English accent come out? Because you know, I really have a great English accent. We are human, aren't we? So we deserve to respect ourselves as such. When you learn to love yourself, you become better able to love your kids and everyone else. People with high self-respect tend to have a more satisfying, loving, and stable relationships. Way better than those who do not. Some more tips on self-respect. Stop comparing yourself to others. No matter how hard you try, you will never find yourself being worthy if you don't kick that bad habit. Don't compare yourself. Do what makes you feel good. Do what makes you feel good, baby. Make it happen. Don't beat yourself up. Only you can define you. Now protect yourself. Learn this word, okay? It's 2 letters. No. And learn it fast. We can tell our kids no so quickly. No, absolutely not. That's not what we're doing. So now, if we can do that, we can tell these grown-ass people that be around us trying to pull us this direction and that direction, no too. If it's not what you want to do. No. If you can look at them pretty little kids with them cute eyes and tell them no, learn to gain the same space when it comes to people. No. Say it with me. No. Be self-assertive. Self-assertive is very confident and willing to express your opinion. Why should you not express your own opinions when everybody want to give you opinions that you ain't even asked for? Take your turn. Trust me. Take your turn. Be self-assured. Having confidence in your abilities and your character. And I know y'all heard that word a lot today, but your character is very important and know what that is. It's also understanding that risk should be properly assessed and that others' opinions should be sought. In the recent, my character was so tested, and it was tested by a couple that I wanted to work with so bad, like in an artistic way. Like I wanted to do a video with them, and it blew up in my face so bad. And they tried to assassinate my character in ways that I could never imagine that one would try. You hear me? And they try to hit me with some low blows, talking about I didn't value relationships, as though me being a single mom, I couldn't possibly know what it takes to be in a relationship. So I had something to say. And it was not nice at all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It was not nice. I had nothing nice to say. In fact, for me, I value relationships so much. And I think that was the part that really pissed me off, because y'all are not going to act like married people don't fuck up their own shit on a consistent basis. Like, it really pissed me off. And I had to check in with myself and the others around me to see if I was wrong in this situation or if I could have done anything differently. And just so y'all know, the people around me is very blunt. And they would have told me if I was wrong. But guess what? They was all team Meeks. So that made me realize people have their own issues. And sometimes they can push them on you, no matter how pure or genuine your intentions are. But you just have to know who you are and what you stand for. And don't let nobody play with that. Because I know I'm a great fucking person. And can't nobody tell me differently. My journey on self-love started so long ago. And this theory that we're about to talk about is so necessary and so cool. Single moms. I used to think that interpersonal relationships was the most important thing. But when you really think about it, how could you be more important than me? So I was exposed to intrapersonal relationships. And most people, like I said, are familiar with interpersonal relationships. The biggest difference between interpersonal and intrapersonal is the communication. With interpersonal is two or more people, and intrapersonal is between you and yourself. Why am I bringing this up? Yes, we're going to school. I'm going to school y'all ass. I'm the teacher. Get your pen and pencils out, okay? And get your notebook, number 2 pencil, and be quiet, and let's take some notes, okay? Now, why is this important? Because what I'm about to share with you could change how you feel about yourself. Yeah, I bet you I got your attention now, right? Intrapersonal occurs within an individual's mind or self. Intrapersonal intelligence is a theory that involves self-understanding, self-reflecting on one's skills, one's motives, and so on and so forth, right? Do you now get it? Do you remember the situation I was telling you about earlier? Yeah, that one. With the couple, I had to use these skills. That's how I got through this. I mean, when I tell you the things that I'm talking about, I use on a daily basis, I really do. Intrapersonal communication serves several social functions. Internal vocalization and talking to ourselves can help us achieve and maintain social adjustments, right? For example, sometimes you got to calm yourself down, in stressful situations. And baby, you know me. Or a shy person may remind themselves to smile during like a social event. And that happens. Sometimes you don't know how to smile. Clearly, you know which one I had to use it for. And most of the time, single moms, you will have to use intrapersonal communications for the same thing, reminding yourselves that you are who you say you are, not who they say you are. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. You hear me? All right, Mary, we got one more topic. Hush, stereotypers. Y'all stop laughing at me. Don't be laughing at me. It's fine. I forgive you. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. You know who I'm talking to. Well, let me be realistic. Most of y'all are forgiven, okay? It's a journey. Don't rush me, okay? I got my whole life to work on this, okay? Okay, but I'm going to be serious now. Single moms and stereotypers, I'm going to just dip my big toe, and it just got done. My mom got me a pedicure. So, in 2 weeks, we definitely going to throw ourselves all the way in, and y'all coming with me, into forgiveness, okay? Forgiveness is such a big part of self-love, and without it, how can love blossom? And that's a question for everybody. What is the true meaning of forgiveness? What is forgiveness? Forgiveness means different things to different people, but in general, it is often involving an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger. The act that hurt or offended you might always be with you, right? But working on forgiveness can lessen that grip it has on you. And we gonna talk about the grip. That's the part we gonna focus on today. Yeah, the grip. Don't be nasty, y'all. Stop it. Focus. Focus. All right? That energy takes so long. Like anger, bitterness, resentful. It takes too much energy away from you. And me personally, I have experienced holding on to these kinds of emotions and feelings, and it has affected me terribly. And sometimes it can affect you too. So you got to really pay attention to that, no matter who it is. I want to share one of the first people that I ever forgave, and it was my dad. I say my dad because, daddy issues come out in various ways. And I personally think that's why there's so many single parents. Not saying that it's all on dads, but that this is a working theory that I will share with y'all soon in future episodes once I do Meek in the streets, right? Once I hit the streets and get some opinions and stuff. But I digress. Daddy issues show up in so many different ways, like I said before. Inappropriate behaviors, trust issues, fear, rejection, worthy issues. So many different issues can come from daddy issues. And I don't say this again, not as a blow to dads or anything like that. But again, it's my viewpoint that dads are an essential part of the growth of children. I think it's so important for fathers to be in the lives of children. So I want us to look at this and be aware of the different things that can happen, not to bash, not to criticize or critique. That is not what we're here to do, okay? But dads, this is really for you. I don't know what the problem is, right? I don't know if it's financial stability that you need to fix, but fix whatever it is. I don't know if it's just you, who you are as a person, whatever it is that's not allowing you to be the best version of you to be with your children. I don't care what it is. Even if it's co-parenting with a mean ass baby mama, I'm gonna need you to figure it out. It's time that we stop not figuring this out. Everything takes work. So let's just get this work done together. Co-parenting can be done. It just takes time and practice. Growth mindset, guys. Growth mindset. And the reason that I really want fathers there is because our children need you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Your child needs you. According to the studies by Hopkins Med, they found that the act of forgiveness can reap huge rewards with your health. It can lower the risk of heart attack, improving cholesterol levels and sleep, and reducing pain, blood pressure, and levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. Why do I know this to be true? Come on, guys, you already know. In my Jesus year, it was bananas. And if you don't know what the Jesus year is, it's when you turn 33. Shit was crazy. I broke up with my dude. My sister crashed my car. My daughter was sick. My mom was sick. It was crazy. And then I'll tell you this. Before that age, I was a person that would stuff and stuff and stuff. So all of the different things that happen, I just stuff it. And all of a sudden, leaks started popping out of nowhere. Leaks was popping out from everywhere. My eyes, me drinking. I was drinking so bad, guys. It was crazy. And what was the worst part was I had found out from someone that my dad did something that triggered me so bad. And it set me off. All the bitterness and resentment and everything I had felt about this situation that I found out about. And then other situations made me turn into a monster. Like I turned into a monster, guys. Ooh, blackout. Boom. So what I had to do was take the time to face what was going on. I knew that where I was at was so low. It was so low and so ugly. So I had to face it. So I put my big girl panties on and I called my dad. And I had to call him because at this point, it was like I was going crazy. And just like that, with him just even picking up the phone, boom, baby. And he has this beautiful Bayesian accent. And I felt stillness just by him saying, baby, hi. I am such a daddy's girl. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like I am a true daddy's girl. So this stillness came in, it just set in, and I felt so comfortable and confident with talking to him. I vented, I cried, I told him all the reasons I was mad at this situation and other situations throughout the years. And he allowed me to vent to him. He allowed me to talk to him. And then I told him how much I missed him and I loved him and I wanted to see him and how I was lost. And all these things started pouring out that I could only pour out to my dad because my daddy issues had taken up way too much space in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it was a crazy but beautiful experience. So I don't tell y'all all this to like be in my business. Ooh, look at a girl just telling all her business. No, I'm telling you because one, the studies was right. I'm sure my blood pressure was I'm sure it was pretty high. My body was so hot before I called my dad, it made no sense. My face, my body was red. Like I'm light skinned and I just look red. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Now, if you tap in to your intrapersonal intelligence, where are you right now? What's coming up for you? Maybe it's not daddy issues for you. Maybe it's your baby daddy. Maybe it's a friend, a lover, your mama, religion, the government. I don't know what's making you angry or whoever is doing it, single moms and stereotypers, but anger and resentment and that negative attitude in whatever situation that you have going on is impacting your self-love journey. And in 2 weeks, I promise you, we're going to dive so deep into forgiveness just so you can elevate yourself. Because I know when I start forgiveness and letting go of these burdens and all this baggage, I just feel so much lighter. And I know you've heard the talk of forgive for yourself, not for the other person. It's true. It's true. You have to forgive for you. It's your mental, your peace of mind that is at risk, not that person. Majority of the time, these people don't even know how much they're affecting you. So forgive them and move forward. And don't let it affect you. So with that being said, I loved that I got to redo this episode in one take, y'all. In one take. It's beautiful. Even with the other mic going out. Like, we did it. Episode 5. Done. You hear me? And it came out fantastic. And I hope y'all love it. I hope that you loved it and it helps you in some way, shape, or form. And what I will ask you to do is to subscribe, share it, like it, repost it, tell other people about it, because I know that in the 7 or 8 billion people that's on this earth, I know I'm not the only person here. And I know I'm not the only person that needs to get through some things. So share this message with people so we can be better and elevate and get through this self-love journey together, because it's so beautiful when you just say, this is what I'm doing. So again, watch your mouth when it comes to single moms, because you know Meeks is going to have something to say. With love, of course. Peace, y'all.
Peace.